So, what might explain how come influencers or content creators reach the point of pushing boundaries or seeking of that attention through provocative behavior like that?
Seeking external validation. That's one thing when it comes to rage baiting. And I read in a recent article that the more that, what do you call this, the more haters or the more that our audience or our viewers get to comment, there would be an increase in engagement. Would that be correct now? Those behind the platform, those are the ones creating the content. They would tend to feed off their own insecurities, possibly, their own low self-esteem issues, their low self-confidence, and that's why they engage in some possible content. More often than not, it's stemming from past childhood trauma, okay? But again, of course, we would have to undergo a lot of interviewings when it comes to these content creators or influencers of ours who would push through and seek help and seek our professional help. Aside from that, there would also be possible issues or conditions such as possible depression, possible anxiety, and even tendencies of narcissistic behavior and even antisocial traits.
Actually, I want to ask, so with what Ms. Grace has mentioned, why do you think content creators with such a personality tend to gain so many views and engagements?
It's because content creators with rage bait behaviors dominates the social media platforms because those platforms are engineered to promote high engagement content. So by high engagement, it doesn't matter if it's angry reactions or negative comments or backshakes. As long as it gets the engagement, the platform promotes it. So the creator really has the tendency to do that because the more engagement they get, even if they get hatred from people, they move to monetization, they get more followers, they get more likers, and they get more attention, which was what they initially planned by doing behavior that are disruptive or offensive to people.
So, why is rage bait in general effective?
It is meant to trigger the humanity in people. It is meant to hit the emotions, to like get a reaction. It is meant to make you feel something. And specifically, it is meant to make you feel something negative. So you get mad and you react.
Ms. Grace, why do you think older generations are susceptible to rage bait comments naman?
One of the things that could possibly be a factor or maybe a cause of that would be yung bang minsan pakiramdam nila napapag-iwanan na sila ng panahon. Right? So, kumbaga, they engage more. They tend to share more to their amigos, di ba? Nakikimarites sila. Ayan. So, they have that kind of a tendency more than our millennials down to our Alphas, Gen Zs, no? Aside from that, it can also be possible na they engage in such content because wala na silang magawa. Also, di ba, kumaga parang nililibang na lang din nila yung sarili nila. Most especially for those who are in their senior levels already, just at home, doing nothing.
And so, to our social media user, Doc Christine, I want to ask, what insights have you learned or have you gained from our experts today?
I really gain a lot from them. Also, I think it's just for a thing that to show up. But it really provoked me when I saw those things. So it has a deeper intention for the audience to see. So that's what I realized, and it also struck my emotions, provoked my emotions as well.
So you would say that in a way it's entertaining, but it also affects you in a way.
Really pushed my emotions to the next level.
And so I also want to ask our experts, what advice would you give our social media users as well as our viewers?
I think the biggest advice they could give is to pause before you react. Because rage bait is meant to trigger and hijack your emotions. So if you feel offended or annoyed, that is probably the goal. So instead of going like full on keyboard warrior, you pause, think about the situation and what you want to gain out of it. You could like either report the content creator for Facebook or meta violations. You can also block the content creator so you don't see them again, or you can just choose your peace and do nothing.
I totally agree with you there. So to add to that, these
the content creators din natin, na these influencers, maybe they can also, aside from stopping, taking a pause on and doing their own reflection before commenting, before sharing it to their own family members or their friends. Apart from that, maybe they could challenge, such content in a more intelligent manner rather than adding more fuel to the fire.
Beautiful advice. So we've been provided with concrete ways as well as emotionally intelligent ways to combat rage baiting. Doc Christine, I hope that was very informative and insightful. And that concludes episode 1 of Unbaited. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. Miss Jackie Manabat.
The parents, they are popular showbiz personalities. I think they're masters of narratives when it comes to social media. But if you post something like this is beyond you.